weeks ago, a team out of Autodesk's Pier 9 workshop in San Francisco released a video of an extremely brave soul receiving the world's first tattoo. Well, wait, it couldn't have been the world's first tattoo. That was about like 6,000 years ago. No, this was the world's first tattoo in which the tattooer, or tattooist, was an industrial robot. The pair of designers met at ENSI, a French design school in Paris, where they retrofitted a MakerBot 3D printer, replaced the extruder with a tattoo needle, and began tagging their legs with classic geometric shapes and patterns. It was really like a power to the math nerd type move. The pair caught on with Pier 9, and according to David Thomason, principal research engineer at Autodesk Applied Research Lab, their application is an example of the intimate relationship humans will soon have with machines. I mean, it's a pretty intricate process. First, they 3D scan the body part, then they import that into the software where they add the graphics and build the pattern, and then they export it to the robot. Now the makers stress, don't try this at home. But had they not hacked a 3D printer at home, they'd never be at Pier 9. So what they really mean is try this at home, but don't tell anyone that you got the idea from us. Until it's useful, and then we'll bring you in, we'll help you make it bigger, we'll help you make a better version of it, and hopefully commercialize it. And then we'll split the patent and the business. I mean, because even though it was your idea, would you really ever have it come to fruition if it wasn't for us? Try it at home. And their ashes were banished! You know, whenever you hear Guinness World Record, you kind of brace for something terrifying, or at least unsettling. So, the latter was the case in China 2 weeks ago, when the Everwin company set up 1,007 robots to dance simultaneously. The shockingly odd number of QRC2 robots were controlled from a single cell phone and had to dance for 60 seconds in order for the record to count. Because, hey, why not? 75 seconds next time, whatever. So how did we arrive at the arbitrary number of 1,007? Well, some of the bots fell over and were disqualified, and then dismantled and burned, and their ashes were banished for disgracing the squad. According to the company's CTO, the feat was possible because every robot was outfitted with an encryption tech that reduced radio frequency interference. The new record shatters the previous mark of 540, and it also proves that no matter how many times your mother tells you that you're special, sometimes it simply isn't true. And their ashes were banished! As humans push to explore deep space, we still need to figure out a few details, like really rudimentary ones like how we're gonna live and what we're gonna live in. Well, 2 days ago, NASA selected 6 US companies to develop full-size prototypes and concepts for deep space habitats that will help support human missions into deep space. And it is just a murderer's row of brainpower. Bigelow Aerospace is going to develop a prototype of X-Base. It's a 330 cubic meter expandable habitat and test platform. It might look familiar because it's based on the Expandable Activity Module, or BEAM, that is currently in use in the space station. Actually, had some problems inflating a while ago, so you'll remember those photos. Boeing is developing a modular habitat system that leverages the company's experience in designing, developing, assembling, and safely operating the International Space Station for more than 15 years. Lockheed Martin is going to refurbish a multi-purpose logistics module like those used to carry equipment aboard the space shuttle into a full-scale habitat prototype. Orbital ATK is going to create their prototype habitat based on the Cygnus spacecraft currently servicing the space station, and Space Systems will study a flexible architecture that leverages multiple commercial launches to construct a modular, long-duration habitat. Their prototype will actually be based on the Dream Chaser cargo module. And NanoRacks will try to convert an existing launch vehicle's upper stage, or the propellant segment, into a pressurized, habitable space. The work will be the next step in how NASA will use public-private partnerships to expedite human missions to Mars. Well, and beyond. That's what they mean by deep space. I'm David Mantey. This is Engineering by Design.